But this is one of the three pilgrimage festivals. It's also a holiday where if you light a Yisker candle in memory of anyone, you could light one for this holiday. It's a Yisker holiday, although not famous in the way that Yom Kippur doesn't have the flash and glamour of Yom Kippur. Um, I'm here with Leah Goldman Miller, and we'll be launching the evening together with some teaching and some song. Um, just a little while ago, about 10 minutes before we opened the room, I got a text from Rinat alerting me that something happened in Boulder, Colorado today. There was a weekly protest for the release of the hostages from Gaza, and somebody threw some incendiary device. And no one was killed, but there were injuries, and we don't really know much more at this point. But I would like us to take a moment right now just to hold the people who were affected by this, to hold sort of the wholeness, to hold their healing in our hearts. And we're going to chant a little bit. Um, we're going to chant a little bit for the healing of the people of Boulder and the Jews of Boulder.
Hmm.
Be kind. Everyone carries a heavy load. Be kind. Everyone carries a heavy load. Be
Be kind.
kind.
Everyone
Everyone
carries
carries
a
a
heavy
heavy
load.
load.
Be
Be
kind.
kind.
Everyone
Everyone
carries
carries
a
a heavy
heavy load.
load. Be
Be kind.
kind.
Everyone
Everyone
carries
carries
a
a
heavy
heavy
load.
load. Be
Be kind.
kind.
Everyone
Everyone
carries
carries a
a
heavy
heavy load.
load.
So, as we move forward tonight, we'll hold the people of Boulder in our hearts, dedicate our learning to their safety and their healing. Um, I always hate to leave this last day of the Omer. There's something about counting for 49 days that makes it hard to shortchange the 49th day. The 49th day of the Omer, just around this time of day, was when Orion and I had our first date in this Malchut Sheba Malchut, and then bridging into Shavuot, because we're just like that, and we organize our personal life around the Jewish calendar as much as we can. Um, but we're going to light candles and welcome in Shavuot. And if you have candles at the ready, this would be such a good time to pull them out and light them. Second. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel yom tov. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ruach haolam Asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel yom tov. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ruach haolam Asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel yom tov. Good Yantif. Chag Sameach. This is our holiday of revelation. The holiday that we associate with the giving of Torah on Mount Sinai. Our legend says that it happened 49 days after the Exodus from Egypt. And those are the 49 days that we just counted. And in that moment, the entire people, all of the people who were at Mount Sinai, which legend says is all of us, including the souls of the people who were not yet born, had the chance to witness. And it's unclear exactly what was witnessed. The text says, Kol ha-amro imet ha-kolot, that everyone saw the sounds. And so there was this synesthetic experience happening among the people. And I'll tell you more about it in a moment, about that experience in a moment, in case you can't remember it from Sinai. But tonight is an invitation for you to try to remember it from Sinai. But this song, Gale Kivod Malchutcha Aleinu, reveal the glory, the kavod of your malchut, your presence, your close presence to us. And Raja, I think you have the words. If you don't, oh yes you do. Gale, 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 Kevod Malchutcha Aleinu, Gale, 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 Kevod Malchutcha Aleinu, Gale, 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 Kevod Malchutcha
גלה כבוד מלכותך עלינו, גלה, 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 גלה כבוד מלכותך עלינו, גלה, 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 גלה כבוד מלכותך עלינו, כבוד מלכותך עלינו.
So they say that at Mount Sinai, um, every person who was there had two angels accompanying them. Because at that moment of revelation, at that moment of seeing the sounds, at that moment of the great Aleph of Anochi, some say that the only thing people heard of the Ten Commandments being spoken was the first word, Anochi. And some people say only the first sound, Aleph, which is the silent sound, the sound of silence. But in that moment, the revelation was so great and so beyond what anyone had experienced that everyone collapsed. And there was one angel to catch you, and the other angel to start your heart again. That is the moment of revelation that happened at Sinai, according to our sages, the visions of our sages, imagining it. And the custom is that every year on Shavuot at midnight, the skies open again. The skies open again. You can look up at just the right moment and watch the sky open, and you can be filled with revelation. I think that we don't have to wait until midnight on Shavuot for revelation. I think it's available to us when we need it and when we open to it. That we can create the conditions for revelation by asking for wisdom, by inviting our dreams, by letting ourselves have silent moments, quiet times, by listening to the sounds behind the sounds of every day, by hearing the melody of conversation as much as the content of conversation. And so tonight we're hoping to have some revelation. This is a year that we're leaning into forbidden wisdom, wisdom that is either getting suppressed now in the culture that we're living in or was suppressed at some time in Jewish history. And we get to, in addition to learning these things and having a chance to take some of this wisdom with us, we're also asking the question is what makes wisdom survive? What makes it durable? What are the things that we want to hold on to during hard times? And how do we keep it alive and durable? How do we carry it with us so that it is portable and flexible and can move with us from place to place and be expressed everywhere we camp? So we're going to sing one more chant that Leah is going to lead us in, and then we will move into our first session tonight.
This is a song that was caught by Ilana Lowe, who is a beloved of Elaine Daly. It's called Day Blind Stars. And there it is. The day blind stars await the night, as do I. For the darkest hour reveals the brightest light, as do I. Whoa, whoa, find your way through the dark, find your spark. Whoa, whoa, find your way through the dark, find your spark. Sing with me. The day blind stars await the night, as do I. For the darkest hour reveals the brightest light, as do I. Whoa, whoa, find your way through the dark, find your spark. Whoa, whoa, find your way through the dark, find your spark. The day blind stars await the night, as do I. For the darkest hour reveals the brightest light, as do I. Whoa, whoa, find your way through the dark, find your spark. Whoa, whoa, find your way through the dark, find your spark. The day blind stars await the night, as do I. For the darkest hour reveals the brightest light, as do I. Whoa, whoa, find your way through the dark, find your spark. Whoa, whoa, find your way through the dark, find your spark. The day blind stars await the night, as do I. For the darkest hour reveals the brightest light, as do